I should have made this video days ago, but I've been busy, and I almost lost my mind yesterday because my automat clock broke for the third time, and I just can't get it to work. But anyway, this is a very large Hermle mantel clock. It was made in the late 1950s or early 1960s, probably that year range, and it plays the Westminster chimes. The glass is vibrating on the high note, and that's why I'm holding it like this. It has a very deep sound. It can be heard all over the house, which is not a bad thing because the chimes sound beautifully. The case is in excellent shape. As you might see, the finish is still shiny. You can see my hand reflecting. And the case has some really nice brass mountings on the sides. The chapter ring is in good shape, although it has a big scratch right there. And the bezel won't always stay shut for some reason. Sometimes it stays like this for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then it just pops out like this. Yeah, I need to fix that. And also here's the original key that the seller provided. Now let's see how the movement looks like. Here's the movement viewed from the rear. It has no serial number because it's an older Hermle. Also down there it says FHS 12 centimeters divided by 196. That means that the pendulum length is 12 centimeters and it beats 196 times per minute. Or I think that's what it means. Here's the dead beat escapement. And down there is the chime barrel. I'm going to activate it. And on the hour, this arm lifts 3 of the hammers and gives you the hour strike. Here's the front of the movement. I made this improvised stand out of a few books I had lying around, and I did quite a good job. These pliers are here as a counterweight. Here's a better look at the dead beat escapement. And here's the chiming in action. I had to take the chime rods out of the way to get the movement out of the case, and that's why they're here. This clock has a self-correction mechanism. You can see there's a small lever above the count wheel, and on the back of this circular piece of brass that's connected with the fourth wheel, there's a small pin, and after the 45-minute chime is sounded, the lever is lowered and it locks that pin in place. I'm going to show you. Now pay close attention to that lever. You can see the lever was lowered and that pin is locked in place. So now if I push the clock backwards, nothing happens if I push it forwards again, because the lever is not lifted high enough to release the pin and get in the warning sequence. This system is very similar to the one used in that clock over there. And again, this only triggers after the 45-minute chime is sounded. Same for that clock. This is something I forgot to mention in the video about that one. Also, this movement has an oddity. You can see on the front of this circular piece of brass there's another pin, and the rack tail has an extension, this black piece. So on the hour strike, when the rack drops, it makes absolutely no sound because this black piece falls on that pin on the front of the circular piece of brass, and the rack is gently lowered onto the snail. Here's where the clock stays. It used to be where that clock is now, but I couldn't use the remote on my TV, so I had to move it here. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and leave a like, and see you next time.